So, Neelakshi, then under these circumstances, young girls will spend time online and on social media. It's where everyone hangs out. So, how can young girls keep their social media feeds bright and interesting rather than anxiety-provoking?
I think it starts with who you're following, really. It really regulates. I mean, the algorithm is something that's changing every day. It's not something that's in our control, but the more number of, creators that we like that basically associate with certain kind of lifestyle, you lean towards wanting that. So I think starting, analyzing and going in depth as to what you are finding interesting, taking a look at that, a hard look at that will basically help you reevaluate. So unfollowing, blocking has been my mantra. Even though as a social creator, as a social content creator myself, I find it very difficult to upkeep with the trends. And I feel like, okay, in this race, I am somewhat just not doing well. So how do I get there? What is it more that I can do that, I will appeal to my audience, to the women that are watching me? It's definitely become a race, but to just have yourself sane, you really need to, it is literally like any other addiction. And I don't say this very lightly because this is something that we are living in day to age. Right from our education needs to our entertainment, we are online. Like we are going to chronically develop the claw hands in the future, whatever the model is being released. But yeah, just to look even at our feeds, I think it's very important to regulate, like Dr. Chan mentioned, who are we, following? What are we really reaching out? There is so much to learn. And frankly speaking, I'm one of those creators that found a parallel career just because I had so much to share. I had so much to learn. So I think regulating what you're watching without, riling down the path of anxiety would really help to keep our feeds clean.
Neelakshi, how can you help young girls make friends with being themselves, not judge themselves according to marketed artificial parameters? How do we make them focus more on what can be achieved with themselves and not their body's look?
I think the work that we are seeing right now, it's just so much more associated with what are we looking like on screen. I am not just talking about girls in India, but across like Korea and Asian countries where you're gifted a surgery right for your birthday. So it is okay, even by the parents, they're okay gifting something like this and, letting young girls as young as 16 to go on with. Having said that, even, the kind of conversations that we have that starts from home, I think that's a relationship that I would personally, if I could go back in age and time, I would have that conversation with my parents. Like if they they are the first stepping stone to, how I view myself. If they were the first barriers that would possibly interact and put a stop to, what the relatives have to say about your face, your body, your height, really the first comments that really falls onto you and you tend to take it really seriously, like your life depends on it, and then alter whatever you could change about your body. That is where our parents can be this barricade, this filter, and start building a healthy relationship with ourselves. I feel like the food that we consume, the media that we consume, it all has such aspects. And I know that it's not a possibility for all of our parents, for all of our guardians to come and be, but I think it's a conversation starter, even for today, that we can have these relationships, and our worth is so much more than just being just counting the number of likes that we receive or the comment and how liked we are, because this does not translate into real life. Having been in this like for 12 years, I think this is something that I see even in classrooms. So I teach as a professor as well. I'm a lecturer as well. So when I see those young girls in classroom, it is appalling to see the effect that it can have. Like they would see me live in the classroom and they'll be like, you have another face in the social media. And I'm like, exactly what it is.
Right. Neelakshi, well, I've just started following you on Instagram because I think we need to magnify your positive energy and positive, image, looking at yourself more. Thank you so much for joining us on our show.